It's Leo with AGBtv. Yo, y'all know what it is, man. My man Matt is in the building with us, but he was like, the connection is in the building. So man, we gonna let y'all run it, and I'm here with the squad, the connection. As y'all might not know, I became a part of that. I'm here with some of the people. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, cause we here. It's a show in CT, and everybody came out. I think it's gonna be a hell of a show. But go ahead. I'm gonna go from my left all the way over there by Mr. Golden. Introduce yourself, man. Let them know where you from, man. Where you repping.
It's your boy Golden Child. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Bo Jackson owner. We out here in Connecticut, man. Putting on with the connection, man.
Tell him put some respect on your name.
No cap.
You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on his name. Man, who's this is? Who this is right here, man? Y'all don't even know who this guy is, man. Most people don't know him. He's been a little quiet lately in the world, but, you know, we're going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy T-Bone, Mr. America's Exotic, straight out of Compton, California. Owner of Devil's Juice and Cobra Kai. We representing the connection on the West Coast.
Yeah, I don't know you for Cobra Kai, though, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's more dogs out there, but man,
I know you for French Montana, Papa Smurf. Talk to me nice, man. Talk to me nice.
We all them nice dogs, man.
Back when you was in Compton, now he bougie, y'all.
Nah, I had to.
He in the suburbs.
I had to get me a ranch, bro. I had to get me a ranch.
He in the suburbs.
Shit.
So what are you to the connection?
I'm a president for the West Coast Southern California chapter, and you know what I mean. We here to represent, and we came out here to Connecticut, show support to everybody in the East Coast, and to my boy Leo, AGBtv, and the rest of the connection family right here. We have all my brothers right here, and man, we just do what we love to do, man. You know what I mean.
Shout out to a president coming from the West Coast. Where my Midwest president at? Man, yeah, that's who I am. Y'all already know. I be in the group. I don't give a shit. Hey, listen, yeah. But go ahead, T-Bone, man. I ain't mean to interrupt you because people don't know who you are, man. You got to let them know who you are.
Yeah, so I've been in the game for about a little bit over 20 years. I started off with Game Dogs. You guys know the history about Game Dogs. And then from there, you know, I started breeding Gotti line dogs. And, you know, I started mixing Gotti line dogs, and I actually did what is it called? Shit, man. I did a crossover when I bred to Razor's Edge. I bred to a Razor's Edge dog named Outcross. There you go.
Yeah, you did an Outcross.
It's been so long that we don't even call Outcrosses no more. You know what I mean?
Some people ain't even gonna know what that is.
We did an Outcross years ago. I took a Golden Boy daughter. Golden Boy's out of Kingdom, and Queen Lunatic, which is Goliath Mumu, and Kingdom is off of King Spade, Queen of Hearts. I had took a daughter out of that, and I bred it to Squires. Shout out to Squires, owner Bismarck Keys. I had took a dog. He had his name was Booyah, which was off of Banshee, and the dad was Pee Wee. You know what I mean? So I had some real good Razor's Edge dog blood in it.
They're not gonna know who that is if you're gonna watch this.
Shit. Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm just giving you guys a little history. I mean, I had to go back. To let you guys know. But I mean, fast forward to right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, we still in the game.
Back to Cobra Kai. Y'all know who that is.
We still in the game right now.
We got a member back here. You wanna speak? You good? Yeah, he said Drip Seville, man. He here. He in the building. He chilling. He ain't want to sit up here with us. He told us he better than us. You got a mic right here. You got a mic up?
He's mic'd up.
Oh, snap. My guy. Touch him. He right back there, y'all. Yeah. Man, hold on. I'm gonna let my next guest introduce themselves, because really I want you guys to know them, man. The connection rolling hard. If y'all didn't know, man, back in the day we used to have squads. Check it out. Hold on. Who it is? Go ahead.
It's your boy Shiz, man. We in CT with the connection at the Game of Goats, you know.
Game of Goats. Shout out Millie.
Shout out to Millie. Shout out to Fernando, you know.
Shout out Boo.
We just out here having a good time. I mean, Shiz.
Yo, Shiz, where you from, man? Shit.
Yeah, I'm from Philly. You know. You probably know me from LA Midnight, now MJ, and you know.
Yeah, people be knowing them East Coast boys. Who over there on the end, man?
got Chino dropping bomb bullies, Mr. State After State, part of the connection, and we here in Connecticut, my hometown, home state. Here to put on, yeah, here to put on, have some fun.
Yeah, if you want, why not? Man, yo, listen. These guys came out here, and I don't think some people really know what the is Philly part of the Northeast. I don't know. I'm not from Philly. I mean, I'm not even from the East Coast. But people be thinking that the Northeast don't got no dogs, and I think we about to really show out. Game of Goats is here. That's why these guys is out here, and I think we really about to show out. I don't think T-Bone ready. I don't think Golden Child ready. See, Shiz's been out here before, and Nate live out here, and me and Chino live out here. So I don't think these guys is really ready to see what's popping.
I think it's gonna be a real good show. You know, we got they say the guys from the West don't come out here, but you know T-Bone came out here.
They ain't bring no dogs. They ain't bring no dogs though.
He ain't bring a dog, but he here.
Nah, I'm here though, man. That man, I'm here.
You got my boy Golden came outside.
Your boy T-Bone's here. You know what I mean?
JB gonna be here too.
Yeah.
JB gonna be here. Carmelo's supposed to be here. Hey, yo, I'm going to keep it a band with y'all, man. I tried to set this up. I did this whole thing for us and everything. And these guys is like, for lack of better words, and because this is YouTube, they whack, man. They don't communicate. They have no communication skills at all. I'm going to keep it a band, but I still love them guys. I wouldn't be a part of the connection if I wasn't. What you think gonna happen out here, T-Bone? What you think you gonna see out here? This is the East Coast. You haven't really been out here like that.
I've been in the East Coast.
No, you have, but
before, a
while ago. When the last time you been here?
Man, I had hashtag. I had brought a hashtag out here. Remember? I had brought. Like, I think I went to what is that?
That's like that's like he talking about like 2010, y'all, 2011 type shit.
Fuck, man, I don't even remember that. Like 2012, 2010.
Yeah, that shit was a long time ago. Yeah, you ain't see.
Man, but I used to come a lot out here though, man. We used to come out here a lot.
Where's out here?
Where's
that?
Shit.
Not Connecticut.
No,
not New York.
No, this is the
matter
first
of fact,
time
we had
I
a
came
national.
to Connecticut. The first time I came to Connecticut.
So, Golden, what you think you about to see, man? You already seen some of my stuff, so.
Yeah,
but that don't count. What you think you gonna see out here?
Hopefully, I see some nice stuff, man. Definitely want to see some different stuff, some stuff I haven't seen before. So, definitely, I hope it's worth the trip for sure, man.
Did anybody hear who's coming? I know Golden did. He said that a little earlier earlier the other day. Who? But who y'all? Anybody heard what's coming? I heard damn. I heard Omar Garcia gonna be out here. Yeah. With Einstein. I heard that.
That's what you heard? Have you seen him?
Nope. But I'm excited. I'm very excited about that.
Nate over there chilling in the back.
Somebody like me, real excited about that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Nate over there chilling.
The biggest back there chilling.
Yo, Chino, bro, you think they ready for us, man?
I mean,
nah, come on, man, stop, bro. People be acting crazy. Yo, he from the West Coast. I already said I think
of ready for us though.
I got you. The West Coast and the South got Texas. They got Texas. They got places like Georgia. Then you got Cali. They really think they that. That's it. They it. Them the Georgia. If you ain't there, you ain't doing it. That's how I think that it is. What y'all think? Y'all from the West Coast. We from the East Coast. Y'all don't feel like that?
Did the West Coast think that if we not out there, we not doing it?
We not doing it. And the South think that too. What you mean? It ain't just the West Coast.
I mean, I just think that overall colleges is known. I guess they had the best dogs, so that's why it's like, you know, they basically saying that it started there.
That's a big negative.
No.
It is out there. No,
they're advanced more than us.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I think
so you're getting somewhere. So what I think is there's more active shows in the South and then in the West Coast. I don't really see a lot of active shows that really bring out the best of you guys here in the East Coast, bring out the best of you guys as breeders out to the shows where you guys can promote and you guys can show what you guys are popping. You know what I mean? So the thing about that is in I'm gonna just make an example, all right? And I'm not saying the South is just Texas, but Texas, Texas always got shows going on. Like, you know, they're active.
Florida.
And same in Florida as well.
That's awesome.
And California as well. They always active. They have dog shows going on. So stuff like that, they get people to have something to talk about. You know what I mean? Because these dogs are coming out to these dog shows. You know what I mean? So and what you said right now, Lil, when was the last time you came, T-Bone, to a East Coast show? And I told you, you know what I mean? But because there hasn't really been a lot of big dog shows in the East Coast where I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what, let's roll, you know what I mean? Or whoopty whoop, you know what I mean? But I think right now, guys, right now with the connection, the East Coast, with the East Coast connection and the Midwest, I think you guys can use the platform and actually start throwing big events out here in the East Coast, in the Midwest, and then the people are gonna come.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Nate just said it. Daquan's about to throw a show.
Shout out to our connection brother, Daquan.
Concord, North Carolina. That's gonna be. I think that shit gonna be bananas.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Like bananas. Who out of the people here, who was at the first one? Matt raising his hand. The War of Exotic. The War of Exotics. The first one. The first one. Golden. Was you around at that time?
War of the Exotic.
2017.
When is that? Oh,
War of
you know
Exotics.
what? Damn, man,
Yo.
I just did a
Listen.
documentary of
Yeah,
War of
we
the
all shot
Exotic.
it. We all shot for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That was at the Atlanta one. That was at the Atlanta joint. That was at the Trap and Stack.
Yeah, okay.
But hold on, we gonna get to that. Let's stick on War of Exotics. The first one. Yo. You was there, Nate? Yo, Nate. I fuck with you, Nate. You should have been sitting up here. Yo, that shit was bananas, yo. No cap, yo. That was when Daquan was doing sitting in front of that goddamn Flyers fucking shower curtain. Remember that? Yeah. And then you had June Williams being live, and then you had Mike Diego come out with Wave Makers, and that's when me and Matt shot one of the first AGBtv videos. That shit was crazy. Like it was crazy. Nate, you have to remember that shit. Remember Carlito came out? I think. Are you coming? Is everybody here coming to Daquan shit? Keep it a band, because this is recorded.
You know what? I honestly did a documentary. For the war.
The War of Exotic.
Yeah, the War of Exotic.
War of Exotic.
I did a documentary, and I was supposed to come, but I have to go to my son's. He's gonna get married on that day, bro.
Okay.
So
We ain't gonna. We're not gonna consider that an excuse. Yo, Golden, you going?
What's the date on?
September 28th. Hey, yo, Daquan, see people, man. You got it. Yo, this is the man.
I
September 28th.
I told Daquan.
September 28th. I should definitely be
Golden
there.
Child, the closest.
Hold on. Golden, you going?
Carolina.
No, that's right.
You there?
You know that's almost home.
All right, so you there? Yo, Nate, you there? Shiz?
When am I not at a show?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I know Chino. I know Chino there. 21 shows in 1 year.
State after state, show after show. They don't call me that for nothing.
So back to the knife. That shit was epic. That shit was crazy. Trap and Stack. Yo, Matt, you behind the scenes, but remember when we had the cages spinning at Trap and Stack? Anybody was at Trap and Stack? They was spinning. Step your game up, man. Step your game up, man.
The game going like where y'all do? We're like where y'all think the game is like? The dog game, like in the positive, negative.
I got something for y'all. I want to see it because I like being controversial. So I think this is where the dog game is going. The dog game is going here because a lack of education and understanding what these dogs really are and understanding all of the different structures of these dogs and motions and type and things like that, because judges don't understand that. I think that it's gonna just it's gonna go wherever it want to go. Whatever somebody says is hot, is hot.
I think my thing about
that's what I mean.
It's perfect.
My thing right now about the way the bully community is going, you know what I mean, and I'm speaking as you know, I've been in it for a minute. It was way different when we started. you know, because back then social media was not really, and I'm not saying social media has a lot to do with it in a good way for business-wise and the dogs, but back then, like I would say, like my boy Leo, Shiz, Chino, or Nate, my boy Golden Child, back then we didn't really have social media like that, you know.
Gotta go outside.
So when we did meet up with my boys or the homies, you know, show what productions we got or what we got going on, we will go to the meet and greet, or we will meet up and get a barbecue, have some drinks, chill out, and we would actually, you know what I mean, chop it up with each other and really have a good time, you know what I mean? And there was never no hate towards nobody. And nowadays, I feel like everybody hates on people because of social media. Is so easy to get on there and just try to fucking, like, try to net bang and shit and try to hate on somebody else's stuff, you know what I mean? And they're using it. Some people are using the social media for the wrong purpose in these dogs, instead of looking for mentors and actually being guided the right way and being actually taught how to go upon this dog game
that's over. That's over, T-Bone.
No, it's not over, bro. It's not over
Right
because
now
because you know what? A lot of new breeders, what they need to know, other than just like what I was talking about, is they actually need to know the business side of it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are burning their bridges over $2,000-$3,000, and where they can make a lot of money in this game, bro. You know what I mean? And it's just, but because for the same reason.
Okay, you say that, but a thing too, like with the newer people that's coming in, you can't even really help them.
No, you can't.
You can't. So how can you? How can that happen?
The new generation has no respect, bro. They have no respect for the game.
So I don't see how it's gonna like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't help them, if you tell somebody this dog is that, they gonna take it as, oh, you're talking about my dog. Now you're hating on my dog.
Yeah.
Now you can't help them. It's just like a select few that kind of get through that door.
And do people really try to help? Who? You feel me?
It depends on who you dealing with.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? A lot of people actually do.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
So people help, but you feel them.
It all depends on your approach to the game. If somebody actually see you trying and really want to like be actually good, they'll definitely help you for sure. Cause they helped me. You get what I'm saying?
Not only there's a lot of pride involved too, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
There's definitely a lot of pride involved in this game, but shit. I mean, I guess Leo got that one right. Wherever the game goes, I guess it goes. It goes where it's gonna go.
That's a scary thing, because then it's like anything goes, and then we get back to that fucked up dog. Hopefully that's not the case.
You think the dogs are getting better or worse?
I think they're getting better, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there was a moment in the game when they were breeding the Bulldog and the Frenchies into the American Bullies and actually getting what they wanted to get right now, but it was a process, you know? Yeah. So once they did the process and once they did everything, the breedings, the generations, and they stuck to the generations and didn't go backwards, it was already in the blood, then the dog got a little better because they started actually creating clean exotics now. I see a couple nice dogs out there. They're exotics, and they bad. There's a couple badass fucking dogs, bro. You know what I mean? So I do see it for the good. I do see it's going the right path. But
do you see it going back to the American Bully?
I do, but in a miniature version. You know what I mean? I do see a cleaner American Bully style dog, but
you got that now.
A shorter version, yeah.
With who?
Oh yeah, you ain't getting me.
I'm just saying.
So would you call
this is what I'll tell y'all. I don't want no clean dog. I don't want no American Bully smaller.
I call them clean exotics, bro.
And I call them American Bullies.
I call them clean exotics because the reason I call them clean exotics because I'm not trying to put you in the spot, my boy, but
I'm absolutely fine with that.
Nothing. No, American Bullies, exactly.
So they don't look.
Nate said it. American Bullies don't look like that. And if Leo would be doing American
where
Bullies,
the knots?
He would be stuck in the ABKC.
Where the knot? You know what I mean? So these dogs have the knots. These dogs have them stops. They have the one finger, half a finger muzzles. They have the exaggerated necks. They have the popped out forward shoulders. That's what we want in exotics, right?
The feature, yeah, the exaggerated features.
Yeah.
That's not in a dog that's clean to me.
You have some dogs that are clean that have everything you just named.
Then
Yeah,
how is
dogs that
it
are
how is it
clean,
clean?
they just-
How is it clean if his shoulder setting is on the outside?
What you mean?
Exaggerated,
When you
dogs
describe a cleaner dog,
like a Carlito shoulder setting.
I mean that, but you don't want to go. That's a little over.
Yeah, you
know.
Carlito?
I mean, the shoulders are way too.
Carlito?
Bro,
Carlito was crazy.
You reaching.
Yeah.
He was crazy.
Crazy, yeah, that's the shit.
But
what do you classify him as?
I'm saying he's exotic.
Yeah, he's exotic.
So if you a dog that's cleaner than that, once you start to go back into it, you know what I'm saying? Back into that more the shoulders sitting more under the dog. You know what I'm saying? That's not exotic to me.
I'm trying to think of a dog that's a good representation of a clean exotic.
I think Bo Jackson is actually a good representation.
So
Okay. You said Bo,
okay.
Yeah,
It's like a good representation of a clean exotic.
yeah, for sure.
Come on, bro.
Yes, clean.
But he
does
has
got
all the
clean.
exotic
He
features.
He
that
does,
you
but
want.
he does got clean features.
And he got.
as well.
That's what I'm saying. But
Even-
he still got the
even-
features
even-
you want
I-
for an exotic.
Honestly, like my
He's
boy,
small.
my boy that I got right now, Devil's Juice. To me, I think he's a clean exotic. He got the rears. He's got a good top line. He's got a tail. He's got a clean bite.
Fronts.
He got good fronts. He just got the knots. His feet are clean.
Tight feet.
His hawk is nice. You know what I mean? He got neck. He don't have no sloppy in the face, tight skin, Chinese eyes. You know what I mean? He got a 23-inch head.
Is that the type we talk about? So now so
let me.
But look, I'm speaking for what's a clean exotic for me. A clean exotic for you is something else.
No.
You know?
So check it out. So check it out.
Yes, that's
What-
for me.
I got you.
Golden Child said his clean exotic was his
So
boy.
Golden,
You
I
know
got
what
a
mean?
question for you, Golden. I got a question for you, right? When we start to talk about type on these dogs, how they move, what their silhouette looks like, shit like that, right? What T-Bone just explained. So if Bo got all of those things, right? So if we're saying that's the type, so if we was to say Bo is the perfect style of clean exotic, then we go to and we compare the other dogs to that. How would other dogs fit into that category then? What would a dog like a Beef be, or a dog like a Cobra Kai be?
Wait. You lost me with that.
So because we're talking about exotics, and these are those are different style of dogs than a Bo Jackson.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. I wouldn't compare a Cobra Kai to Devil's Juice. You know, Cobra Kai is more on the freakier side, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And I have the both dogs.
So we have different styles within
I
our.
have- yeah,
so
there's two different styles.
So now exotics have made it to how
Yeah.
the American Bully would be then,
But let me
where we have different styles within that breed.
But let me tell you
Right?
something though. Look, Leo, let me tell you
There's always
something.
different styles in the exotic. I want to know is what considers it in your eyes to be a clean exotic, because it has a full tail, because it has a clean bite, like
Those
what
features
is it?
matter to me.
I think
That's
all
why I think
those features
So
is a
if
plus.
Bo had a half a tail or a snub, will he still be in your eyes considered clean exotic?
I think you started to lose it. You know what I'm saying? I think the
Yeah.
full tail, the cleaner bite, you know what I'm saying? The more of the muzzle not too pushed in, it's just perfect. Like a
So
black-
why can't we
those
just say that we
features
made it to where we needed to be, instead of classifying as clean? See, I guess the only issue with it
Well,
is that
basically that.
it makes it seem like anything else. Like if it's not clean, then it's fucked up.
You
If it's not a clean
Well,
exotic, then it's a fucked up
It's
dog.
not fucked up, but it's a tool. It's a tool. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, okay, I'm making an example, bro. Like, you know, I bought a dog from China. His name is China Devil. He got all the good features and everything, but he got a little short tail. You know what I mean?
It seemed like
But-
Leo on the verge of like going towards the cleaner side. Like he on the verge of.
No.
It seemed like that's what I'm about to say, because if you look at Burner Boy,
far opposite.
If you look at Burner, like
Shout out to Burner, man. Yo, shit nice,
Burner Boy
but it's
is not
this, boy.
not clean exotic.
he just like to be controversial. He just wanna.
Super freaky, and he know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. What the hell makes you think that I'm about to go clean?
No,
Because like it's like
No, okay, this is what I was
I don't
saying.
know if you asking the questions on it or you're like.
No. Yeah, it's not that I don't like the phrase. It just throws me off because it makes it seem like all the other dogs are fucked up. That's what it makes it seem like. You know what I'm saying? Because I like an exaggerated dog. So I know that my dog isn't gonna move like a champion dog in the ABKC, and I'm not. That's not what my goal is when I was breeding, and my goal wasn't to have a champion dog in the ABKC. So my focus wasn't to have a dog that moves like that. So I know my dog that is bowled out, crazy fronts, it's not gonna be moving all gracefully like that. But that craziness when people have to post up, my dog can walk. That shit sound crazy, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I got a
it's
question
crazy.
for y'all, right?
You feel me? It's crazy.
I got a good question for y'all. So I know T-Bone. I know y'all. Everybody here probably was around before, like the tables. So when they introduced the tables to the shows, it was to showcase your what? The front of your dog, right?
Yeah.
Basically, right?
I think it.
It was my bad.
You know why?
So
You know why?
now-
Now hold on.
so-
You asked the question. Let me
Hold on,
answer.
I'm
You
not
know?
done the
Oh
question.
my bad.
Let him finish the question.
So now, do y'all think? Since y'all know that, so now do y'all think that when you go into these shows with these style of dogs, and when they first introduced it, the dogs were nowhere near the level they are now. They're way more exaggerated.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when you go to a show, some of these dogs might not look good on the. Do you think you should have like the option? I think you should have the option to put your dog on the floor or on the table.
Oh, definitely,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? But some people they
definitely.
take the table all the way out and
Yeah.
put people on the floor. You get what I'm saying? So you got some people that might not want to put their not want to floor. You got some people that might not want to put their dog on the.
The way I see it, the people that want to put their dogs on the floor is because they want to showcase a 360 view
whole
of the
thing.
dog. You know
whole
what I
thing.
mean? That's a complete exotic clean to me. You know
So
what I mean?
so you go into the ring for that.
Yeah, but you can also get those type of dogs and put them on the table as well and still showcase them on the table.
Yeah, you
I don't think that.
Me personally, I like to showcase a dog. I like to showcase a dog on the table because I'm gonna make an example, right? I'm gonna get away a little bit from the dogs, just for a little bit. So, a lot of people like sometimes when I judge dog shows, when I go to dog shows and I'm gonna be a judge, like at this show that I'm a judge right now. Like sometimes, if it's not a confirmation show, I will not make the dog walk, bro. They're not gonna win they're not gonna get points. They're not gonna champion their dog out, you know. And some of those dogs are exotic, and they want to put their dogs in the ring. So what I'm looking at top line. I'm looking at everything what a proper judge is supposed to see. But I just probably won't make them walk. You know what I mean? Because there's no need to. Because and look at their bite because. It's not a confirmation show, and they're not winning points, and they're not going to champion their dog out. So there's no point of doing that whole thing, you know. Yeah. And that's just my opinion. So let's get back to what I was saying. So you got a dog that's a ring dog, and then you got a dog that's a table dog. Well, in the cars, you got cars that race, and then you got cars that are just for dub show. They're just to look at. You know what I mean? They don't move. They don't do nothing. They're just for view, like lowriders and dub cars or whatever it is. And then you got cars that actually race. To me, I think the cars that race are the dogs that are in the ring. The cars that they're in the showcase just to show are the dogs that are on the table. That's the way I separate the two dogs. You know what I mean?
That's not
the way I
not a
separate
bad
the dogs.
analogy.
So look,
That's
okay.
definitely not a bad analogy.
Yeah,
No.
because it's just like
Definitely, bro.
But this is what I was gonna say, Shinzo. I don't think some of the dogs are more exaggerated back now than they were then. Because when we was doing it back then, it was like we were just starting to mix them. We were just starting to mix them. So the dogs was crazy. They was crazy. Yeah. Now I think, like you said, now it's better dogs. We have it tighter. So they're better. I think they're better put together now, and they're better now. But I don't think
you think they're better now.
Than when we first started making exotics. Hell yeah.
I think they're better
from when we was doing
started.
F1s.
They more messed up now.
No,
you got dying.
no,
You got dogs
no.
dying. Used to be y'all used to walk your dogs around shows.
Yeah, but
Y'all used
that.
to walk y'all dogs around shows back then.
But we
Y'all
talking
used to
about
work
we
y'all
talking about
dogs out back
exotics.
then.
We
Y'all
talking
used
about
to walk-
exotics.
That's what I'm talking about.
But
Y'all
back-
used to
Bro,
walk y'all
when
dogs
exotics
around the
came out,
corner.
when exotics came out,
You
niggas
try
was
that
breeding
now, all your dogs
bulldogs.
gonna be dead.
Shit,
Niggas was
but
breeding
back-
bulldogs
shit.
and
All of them
bullies.
gonna die.
But back then
Everyone.
they were American bullies. You could
Exactly.
walk them.
So how can't y'all say that they're more exaggerated now and they're getting
Because
smaller?
we
with
talking
the same
about
size
we talking about
head that they had
exotics.
at the same size head they had back then. More crazier fronts.
We talking about
You got
exotics.
pilots and all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So the,
So when
the
when,
features are
so
more
when, when
exaggerated.
motherfuckers was breeding F1s and then taking them shits back to bulldogs, you think that shit was better then? They was more they're more exaggerated
Yes,
now
it
than
was
that.
better back then. The dogs were better. They were more healthier. They were more in shape.
I guess he was around them niggas that was breeding them,
You know what I'm
them
saying?
bulldogs
T-Bone
that was
used to open
skinny
the
and
back
shit.
door. The dogs used to run out, hit the
Yeah, I'm saying?
the tire hanging from the tree.
You gotta talk in the mic.
You
They ain't gonna
used
hear
to,
you. They gonna hear me talking shit, and they ain't gonna hear
That's
you.
what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah,
it was
talking about
back
it.
then.
I just think it's a different generation. It's a different to me I call it a
good,
different
right?
type. It's a different type of species of an exotic. You know what I mean? Because back then the species of the exotic was still like, you know, you were still adding the cut to it, you know? Or now the dogs already have that cut. So now you're actually breeding into exactly what you wanted to get when you were
Exactly.
breeding the bulldog and the
Exactly,
Frenchies.
Shiz.
So when you were breeding the bulldog and the Frenchies
you
back
talking
then,
about?
you were still getting, you were not getting what you wanted, but you were. You see? But now that the generations have blossomed and you got like now you got 5-6 generations from 6-7 years ago.
Yo, Nate,
So
what
now
you think,
know
Nate?
now you're getting a better taste of what you're gonna see in the exotics a little bit better.
You heard. Hold on. You heard what Nate? You heard what shit said?
Y'all really think that the dogs now?
No. Do you think they're more exaggerated now than they were back then when we first started making these exotics?
I just feel the dogs were.
Nate high, y'all.
I just feel the dogs were more sloppy back then. You had more sloppy dogs.
Sloppy, yeah. They were
And
sloppy. You remember Freak Show?
They always want a girl.
You remember Freak
Yeah.
Show?
they didn't have no girth. They didn't have no bone. Some of them had.
Nah, he was white. Wasn't Freak Show white and chocolate or something like that?
Freak Show was
Freak Show, chocolate dog?
a champagne. Back then
Yeah,
we
he
used to
was
call it
champagne. You remember
champagne.
him?
I don't
Champagne.
Oh, bro, see, yeah, that's why.
For you guys that don't know, champagne
Bruh,
was the lilac back then.
You talking about stupid? It was like
back then.
Who
stupid.
had it up?
Who had that dog, T-Bone?
He was up north. I guess it was.
He was on the West
Little
Coast.
Freaks.
He was on the West Coast.
It was in the West Coast. I forgot the name of the guy.
And then Corrupt.
But,
You remember Corrupt? Oh
Herb-
yeah,
Herb had
yeah.
Corrupt, too.
That's why he say that. That's why shit's saying that because he don't remember these dogs that was all fucking looking crazy back then.
You could say dogs like that look like that now, and I could just
Nah, they
imagine and
look
picture
better
it.
though. They look better now.
Yeah, but Leo,
They do look better.
Corrupt, if you look at a picture of Corrupt,
It sounded like you was playing a Denali.
you'll think Corrupt was whack.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
we do that about dogs. I do
Well,
that about dogs all the time.
Listen, let's
Well,
do
shit,
this.
man. I mean,
Let's do this, right? Let's do this.
I mean, but not
You
only
get
that.
10 dogs back
in the
then,
day, he was
right?
considered-
Yeah.
You get 10
But-
dogs back then, and I'm gonna get 10 exaggerated dogs.
But that's
today.
what- that's
And
what
we
I'm
gonna
saying.
see who more exaggerated.
Yeah, but that ain't fair, shiz.
We're gonna see who
You,
more
no,
exaggerated.
that's not fair.
Go
Yo,
get 10
what
dogs
shiz
from
just
back
said,
then.
that's not fair because
That's
niggas ain't have
true.
social media back then, bro.
Man, T-Bone can pull up. You can pull up dogs from 10 years ago.
It ain't
You,
gonna
I
match.
know,
It
you
ain't gonna
definitely can
match,
pull up 10
though.
dogs. Come
It ain't
on.
gonna match. Dogs from 10 years
You can
ago
say
and-
6.
They gonna
Go
look
6.
crazy, yo. They gonna look crazy. Yo,
Go
yo,
6.
Nate,
Go
Nate,
6
what
years.
would dogs look like from 10 years ago
Go
if we was
6
to
years.
pull them up?
I guarantee you,
Okay,
you
look,
don't wanna do it.
hey,
You're not gonna want to do it.
no, hold on, Chino. Look, I'm
You're
gonna go
gonna
back to the,
lose.
I'm gonna go back to the card thing. All right, I'm gonna go back to the card thing, and I use this card thing
Yo, Golden, what
a
up,
lot
man?
for
You lit?
for the thing.
You good
Look,
over there? You ain't saying shit.
10 years ago, we didn't have smart cars. We didn't have compact electric cars. You know what I mean? We had bigger cars, more boat-like looking cars. You know what I mean? Like back in the days, we had the Cadillacs, the Impalas. You know what I mean? So back then, it was a bigger car. It was made out of real metal. It was heavier. The engine was not as upgraded. Now you fast forward now to 2024. Now you got electric cars, small cars. You know what I mean? Now
I
you
don't
got
want no
more
electric
cars
car, I'm
that are you know what I mean? They're upgraded. So that's the way the dogs are now. You can't compare a car from right now to a Mercedes-Benz from now to a Mercedes-Benz back in early 2000s. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, y'all lucky.
Straight up.
Y'all lucky. Y'all got to get a sneak peek inside the connection world, man. You see how we all different thought processes. We
You want
all
the
got-
new body
we
style.
all
You
own-
want the
we
new
all
body
own type
style.
of people, man.
Right?
Anybody in
Yeah,
here can
you
take
want-
that challenge too.
You want the new
Nigga, do
body
what?
style. That's,
Anybody in here can take that challenge. Anybody in here can take that challenge. Y'all get 10 dogs.
Yo, he's still on this, man. Listen, yo, I appreciate all my people coming out, man. This is real shit, man. When we come out, though, when we go on that court, y'all better believe it's just like playing a sport, man. We coming, stepping. We might be up in here disagreement. When we go in that show, we stepping on necks. You heard me? That's what it go. Well connected, right, T-Bone?
yes, sir.
Right, right, Golden?
Yes, sir.
Yo, Nate, what up? We outside? We outside? What's good? What's good? You brought something out here with you? You brought something out here with you, Shiz?
I ain't bring nothing, man.
Yo, people coming out here not stepping, bro. They not stepping. Man, yo, check it out, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in to AGBtv, man. Y'all best believe we gonna keep doing this. We about to bring it back because me and Matt been chopping it up. We been talking, man. And I told you all 2024, all it is that's nice, but that's not this. Y'all know what it is, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Connection family, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. From Atlanta, Cali, Philly, all the way Rhode Island. We in here, man.
Yeah, we in here.
We in
We
here.
in here tomorrow.
Ow, Game of Goats, man. Millie, man, you missed out. Hey, yo, for all y'all that didn't pull up, Carmelo, man, I still love y'all, but guess what, man, that's fucked up, man. I still love y'all, though.